Okay, so because I had already made a video about how to do this, I went ahead and just filled it out and graphed it. So the next thing you're gonna wanna do is transfer these values over here. So we have your takeoff weight, which we determined right here, and you have your landing weight right there, which we determined as well, okay? So now that we have that, I think the next logical thing to move on to is to determine what runway we're gonna use, okay? So we see that our wind is at 140 and we have a few runways. It's only at 7 knots, so most likely they're gonna put us on runway 19, okay? I know that runway 19 is 7,107 feet, okay? So then we're gonna come down here and do the same thing. So wind is at 120. We're probably still gonna be using runway 19, okay? 7,107. Awesome. So we have all of that. We're gonna put in our VR, all these speeds, okay? So 59, 75, 82, 84, right? Here, same thing. 59, 75, 82, 82. Awesome. So we have all of those speeds. We see that we have fuel required and we had fuel available. So most people just kind of put something, we're gonna go ahead and put 20 gallons. That'll last us about 3 hours. And we can put 60 gallons and that'll last us about 4.8 hours, okay? This doesn't have to be super exact because we've already determined how much fuel we're taking, and that's gonna last us about 2 hours, right? Cool. Awesome. So we figured all this out, right? I think we're gonna do our headwind and crosswinds before we get into our ground rolls, okay? So we're gonna come back over here to my computer. Documents, okay? So remember, we go back to this. We're gonna do flight manual, so that gets me here. And we're gonna go to our crosswind component chart, okay? So for us today, 190 and 140, right? So that's about 50 degrees of difference. So we're gonna come down here, 0 degrees, 10 degrees, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? So it's 50 degrees, but it's only 7 knots. So we're gonna go all the way down here, following these larger numbers that go here and here, all the way down to about 7 knots, okay? Which will probably be around right there. So it looks like our crosswind is gonna be about 6 knots, and our headwind is gonna be about 5, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and write that. Okay, good. And we're gonna do the same thing for over here for our TAF, and we're gonna put that right here, okay? So 120 and 190 is 70 knots apart. So we're gonna go right here at 170 degrees, and we're going back down to 7 knots, just about right here. So again, it's not gonna be very steep or anything like that. So it looks like it's gonna be about 3 degrees headwind and 6 degrees crosswind, okay? Awesome. So now we're gonna go to our short field, okay? Go down here a little bit. Takeoff performances, right? So we determined that we are closer to this weight right here, right? So we're gonna go ahead and use this weight for 2557. We ended up being around 2,400 pounds. And the next one, oh, actually, this one is more accurate. So we can see that it says 2,300 pounds. This is very accurate for us, okay? We're gonna use this one. We determined our pressure altitude earlier, and we're gonna use that. So our pressure altitude was close to 5,000 feet, okay? So we're right here. And we're looking at our temperatures, right? Our temperature was 24 degrees. So we're gonna be on this row, scrolling down to our pressure altitude of 5,000 feet, okay? So we can see that we are going to be using the larger number in the parentheses. So our ground roll is going to be 1496. So we're going to put that right here. And to clear that 50-foot obstacle is going to be 2,625. There we go. To get these values here, we're going to take 7,107, and subtract these two from that to get that, okay? So we're going to do that over here. Let me get my calculator back up. All right, 7,107 minus 1496, 5611. Put that right here. Right? And we're going to do for the 50-foot obstacle, which is 7,107 minus 2625, which equals 4,482. There we go. We're going to do the same thing down here, okay? So we're going to go back to our charts again. Okay. All right. This is our cruise performance. We're going to go to our landing performance, okay? Not it. We're going to keep scrolling down. Landing performances, okay? So when we land, we're going to be close to 2,200 pounds, okay? So we're going to keep going to the next chart. Well, it looks like we only have one chart, okay? So we're going to use this one chart. Again, we're going to go to our pressure altitude, which was about 5,000 feet right here. And we're going to 25 degrees. So it looks like our landing roll is going to be 968 without the 50-foot obstacle. So we're going to put that right here. 68. And our distance to clear the 50-foot obstacle was 1,900 feet. We're going to do some subtraction real quick. Okay, 6139. And let's do the other one. There we go, 5,207 feet. So it looks like we have a lot done right now. We're going to go to our takeoff rate of climb. We're going back to these charts. Let me click on there. En route rate of climb. Takeoff rate of climb, okay? So for our weight, which is going to be closer to this one, we're going to go to our pressure altitude of about 4,000, right here. We're going to go all the way to 25 degrees at the top, okay? And we're going to interpolate, okay? So we have 533 and 406. So to me, that looks like it is going to be around 470, okay? So it's the length I'm going to go ahead and put right here. Okay. And for en route for VY with 82. Wrong one. We're going this way. En route rate of climb. We're gonna go to our weight again. We're gonna be landing at about 2,200 pounds. I'm gonna stick with this one. We have these two speeds here, and make sure I can read the top of this, 24, between 4 and 6. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it at about 520, okay? Or no, 540, okay? I'll put that right here. Good, so we have all of this filled out, and all we have to do is our takeoff VA.